Hello and welcome. Have you ever had one of those days where you feel completely wiped out, just exhausted, even though you've eaten plenty of food? It feels like a total paradox, right? You're putting what you think is fuel in the tank, but you've got absolutely no energy to show for it. Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive into this mystery and uncover why eating more might actually be the very thing that's making you so tired.
So, does this whole scenario sound familiar to you? You're eating 3 square meals a day. Maybe you're even having snacks in between to try and keep your energy levels up. You feel like you're doing everything right by the book, but you're still just dragging yourself through the day. What if the solution isn't about adding more food, but about something completely different? The real cause might just be the exact opposite of everything you've ever been told about energy.
Let's just see if any of this really hits home for you. How about this one? You get a full, solid 8 hours of sleep, but you wake up feeling like you've barely slept at all. Or what about that heavy, sluggish, drowsy feeling that hits you like a ton of bricks right after a meal? And maybe you're spending your hard-earned money on all sorts of vitamins and supplements, just hoping for that little boost. But that deep-down feeling of being drained, it just never seems to go away. If you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you are not alone in this. All right, so for our entire lives, we've been taught this one simple mantra: food is fuel. It makes perfect sense on the surface. So of course, when we feel tired, our first instinct is to eat something. But today, we're going to challenge that core belief. We're going to explore a totally different reason for your fatigue, one that isn't rooted in a lack of fuel, but maybe, just maybe, in having way too much of it, all the time.
Okay, so this slide right here, this is the main idea of our entire explainer. On one side, you have the common belief, we're tired because we don't have enough fuel, so we need more food. Simple. But on the other side is the surprising truth we're digging into today. Your fatigue isn't coming from a lack of fuel. It's coming from a lack of rest. And I'm not talking about sleep here. I'm talking about a deep internal rest for your entire system, a break it never ever gets.
There's actually a name for this condition. It's called metabolic burnout. So let's be really clear about what that means. It's a state where the tiny cells that make up your entire body have become so overworked from constantly processing food, day in and day out, that they've literally lost their ability to produce energy efficiently. It's a system-wide exhaustion that starts at the deepest, most microscopic level.
To really get our heads around this, let's use a little analogy. I want you to stop thinking of your body's energy system as just a gas tank that needs filling up. Instead, let's think of it as a hard-working engine. This simple shift in how you see it is absolutely key to understanding why constantly adding fuel can actually lead to a total breakdown.
So yeah, let's just run with this idea for a minute. Your metabolism is like a car engine. Its whole job is to take fuel, which is the food you eat, and convert it into power that keeps your body running. When that engine is working well, it's this incredibly powerful and efficient machine. Simple enough, right?
Now here's the crucial question. Just imagine for a second, what would happen if you took a car engine and you ran it at full throttle 24 hours a day, 7 days a week without ever shutting it off? No maintenance, no oil changes, not even a moment to cool down. It wouldn't last very long, would it? It would start to overheat, the parts would wear down, and eventually it would just break.
Well, that is exactly what's happening inside your body with constant eating. First up, you get an insulin overload. Your cells are just bombarded with so much insulin so often that they start to ignore it. They become what's known as insulin resistant. Then your mitochondria, and these are the literal power plants inside your cells, they get completely exhausted from the nonstop work. And finally, your whole system gets kind of stuck in this low power mode, where it just can't create energy efficiently anymore, no matter how much fuel you try to give it.
All right, so let's zoom in even closer. Let's move away from the big engine analogy and go deep inside your body's tiny energy factories. We need to look at what's happening on a microscopic level to really see where the damage is being done and to understand why you feel so tired all the time.
You see, inside almost every single cell in your body, you have these incredible little structures called mitochondria. Their one and only job is to take the nutrients from the food you eat and convert them into something called ATP. ATP is the chemical energy that powers absolutely everything you do, from thinking a thought to blinking your eyes. These little guys, they are the absolute foundation of your vitality. So this slide really breaks it down. On the one hand, in a healthy, rested system, your mitochondria are like super efficient little furnaces, cleanly burning fuel to create the maximum amount of energy. But on the other side, when you're constantly eating, those factories get totally overloaded. They start burning fuel way too fast and sloppily, and this creates a kind of metabolic soot or gunk called oxidative stress, which actually damages the mitochondria themselves and the cells around them.
So you might be wondering, doesn't the body have a way to clean up all this mess? And the answer is, yes, it absolutely does. It has a built-in maintenance crew, and it's called autophagy. Just think of it as your body's own cellular cleaning and recycling program. During the periods when you are not eating, autophagy kicks in. It goes around clearing out all those damaged parts, repairing the mitochondria, and getting rid of all that metabolic waste we just talked about. This process is absolutely essential for keeping your energy factories running smoothly.
And this right here, this is the most important point of all. Every single time you eat, you switch off that cleaning process. So, if you're eating from the moment you wake up until right before you go to bed, autophagy never really gets a chance to do its job. This quote just says it all perfectly. You are essentially recycling fatigue. The damage and the waste just keep building up, day after day, because the cleaning crew is never allowed on site.
Okay, let's zoom back out now and see how this problem inside our cells creates this vicious cycle in our modern lives. You see, the way we live and eat today has pretty much created the perfect storm, the perfect environment for this fatigue spiral to grab a hold of us and just not let go.
And this right here, this is the trap. This is probably going to sound very familiar. Let's walk through it. Step 1, you feel tired, right? So your brain tells you, hey, eat something for a quick energy boost. Step 2, you eat, probably something with sugar or carbs, and your blood sugar spikes. You feel a little lift for a moment, but then inevitably it crashes hard. Step 3, that crash makes you feel even more tired and drowsy than you were before. Step 4, your brain senses this new energy low and just screams for more fuel, usually more sugar. And step 5, you eat again, and the whole miserable cycle just repeats itself, over and over, all day long.
Now, the real driver behind this whole spiral is our environment. We live in a world with 24/7 access to food. Think about it. Vending machines, food delivery apps, convenience stores on every corner. Food is always just a few steps or a click away. We are constantly being encouraged to eat, not because we're truly hungry, but out of habit or boredom or because we're stressed. Our bodies were simply never designed to handle this constant availability of food.
All right, so we spent a lot of time talking about the problem, right? The overworked engines, the dirty cellular factories. But here's the really good news. The solution is actually incredibly simple. It's not complicated at all. It's about harnessing the profound power of simply not eating. So, I'll just ask you the question directly. If the core of the problem is an engine that is always running, a system that's completely overworked and never ever gets a break, what is the most logical, the most direct solution? It's not some new supplement you have to buy, it's not a complicated diet, it's not a magic pill.
The solution is just that simple. Give your metabolism a break. Turn the engine off for a little while. That's it. That's the whole secret. By creating periods of time where you are not eating, you finally give your body the time and the space it needs to switch out of running mode and into repair mode.
We can give this a name, metabolic rest. Now, this isn't about starving yourself, it's about strategic rest. It's that dedicated downtime that allows that amazing cellular cleaning process, autophagy, to finally switch on and get to work. It's the time your body uses to repair those worn-out mitochondria and to reset your entire energy production system so it can become efficient once again. And this, right here, is why you may have heard about practices like intermittent fasting being so effective for people's energy levels. It is so important to reframe this idea in your head. It's not about punishing your body by restricting food. It's about healing your body through restoration. You are intentionally creating a window of opportunity for repair. I really want to leave you with this final, powerful thought. We've always been taught that energy comes from the food we eat, but as we've just seen, that's really only half of the story. True, sustainable energy is born from the time you don't eat. It's in those quiet periods of rest and repair that your body actually rebuilds its capacity to be truly vibrant and energetic. So the last question is just for you to think about. If you've been feeling stuck in that cycle of fatigue, just running on empty no matter what you eat, maybe the answer isn't to push harder on the gas pedal. Maybe the answer is to finally pull over for a bit. Is it time to let your body truly rest? Thanks for joining me.